Got the bowl haircut.
Shut up! There's nothing wrong with your hair.
Hey guys, what is up? What's good? It's your girl Ashley. Welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, what I'm going to be doing is a full face using only Milani products. I was scrolling through Instagram recently and I saw that Milani dropped a bunch of different things. So I went over to their website and I picked some items up. So I will be using all of those products in today's video. Do you guys see the box? There's a lot of products to get through. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to press that subscribe button. And also don't forget to click that little bell so that way you guys are notified anytime I upload a new video, which is 2 times a week, every single week. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Hey guys, what is up? So today's video is gonna be kind of like a full face using Milani Cosmetics. I'm very, very excited. So I have a bunch of new products in this box right here. They're not all new. I have some old stuff like the Milani foundation and stuff like that. But for the most part, I did pick up a lot of new things over on their website. So I'm gonna be going over those products. I'm gonna keep the look pretty basic because I do want the focal point of the video to be on the performance of the product. So we're gonna keep eyes fairly basic. I will be using this guy, which I've had in my collection for a while. I'm not sure if I've ever done a video with it, but we're gonna use her today. First and foremost, I do want to go in with the brows. I really like to do my brows first more than anything because I don't know, I just feel like once I have product on my face like foundation and stuff, it's really hard for me to fill in my brows. So I like to fill in my brows when I have a blank canvas, if that makes any sense. Milani did launch this brow product right here. This is their Stay Put Brow Pomade. And it's cool because it is in a brow pencil form. So it's gonna be a pomade consistency, but it's in a pencil form. So I think that's pretty cool. I did pick this guy up in the shade 04 Brunette. We're gonna see how it goes. It says it fills, shades, and tames the brows, easy on the glow application, and it is a water resistant gel formula. You know, I need to start a trash pile. Trash. So the brow pencil is in fact a pencil, so you will need to sharpen it. I'm not really like a huge fan of like pencil brow products, but you know, we're gonna make it work for today. I'm gonna take the spoolie and I'm just going to brush out my brows to ensure that all of my brow hairs are going in the correct direction. And then I'm just gonna start filling them in. I'm gonna scoot in a little bit so y'all can see all up close in my brows. I'm gonna start by drawing a line right here. Wow, this is very pigmented. Like I barely like press down. Wow, very creamy. All right, so immediately I could tell that this is an extremely pigmented brow pencil. You do not need to press down hard at all. My natural brow versus my Milani Stay Put Brow Pomade brow. I will say that this side is pretty dark. It's definitely more waxy because it is kind of like a gel-like formula. I do feel like it looks a little bit out of control, but I feel like once I clean it up a little bit, it'll look a little bit better. I'm like 1000% sure we can all agree that my brows are looking pretty wild. I will say it's not my favorite brow product of all time, but I think I can make it work for the sake of this video. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Creme Brulee. I'm gonna take it on just a cheap brush that I got from Shop Miss A. It was like $1. It's like a concealer brush. So if you guys haven't checked out Shop Miss A for very cheap, affordable brushes, definitely check them out. I have the site linked down below, and I'll also link my $1 full face video makeup brushes in the cards. Verdict on the pencil. I will say I'm not really sure how I feel about it because since it is a pencil, it does get dull very fast, and since the consistency is more like a pomade, so it was really harder for me to get that precision that I was normally accustomed to when using like a retractable brow pencil. So I mean, if you like pomades, definitely give it a whirl, give it a go. Just know that it is going to be a little bit messy up until you clean up your brows with concealer. If you never clean up your brows with concealer, then that's definitely not going to be the product for you because you definitely are going to do a little bit of cleanup with that brow product because it does get slightly messy, as you guys saw previously. I'm just going to take a little bit more of my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Creme Brulee on a fluffy brush. This one is by NYX Cosmetics. I got it at Ulta. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it all over my eyelids to act as my eyeshadow primer. Next up, I'm going to go in with this guy. This is the Milani Translucent Setting Powder. I did get mine in the shade light to medium, so this one right here. Everyone was so excited about this when I seen it over on the Trend Mood Instagram post, and then on Milani's Instagram post. I was like, I I need this. And hopefully it's as magical as I think it's gonna be. Hopefully. So this is kind of like what the sifter looks like. Says turn dial for desired amount. Ooh, I love that. I love that. You have to turn the dial. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
What?
Ah, what's happening? I'm so excited.
Oh God.
If you turn the product, it does have a sifter, and then you just move it for the desired amount of product. So that way you don't have like a mountain of powder like I do with like my Laura Mercier or something like that. So I have a little bit of the product out here. I'm gonna just take it on a Sigma E25 blending brush, and I'm gonna apply this all over my lid. Now I can't wait to set with this. It does appear to be an extremely fine powder, which I like. Very, very smooth on the lid so far. Ooh, I got carried away there. All right, so now that my lid is completely set down with that powder, I'm gonna put it to the side. I will be using it underneath my eyes, and I will be testing for flashback, but it does appear to be a very true translucent powder, to say the very least. I'm now gonna go in with this Milani shadow palette. This is not new. This is the Earthy Elements Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection. So I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of definition in the crease. I'm not gonna go too crazy just because I do want the focal point to be on a bunch of the new products that I picked up from Milani. So like I said, not gonna get crazy. Where's my blending brush? Sigma E40. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the light brown shade right here on a Sigma E40 blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend this into the crease. I'm gonna go in big circular motions. This is just going to give me a little bit of definition. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't need to be super precise. It's meant to be very soft and diffused. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Milani always comes out with really, really, really great products. So the blend on these shadows are amazing, and the pigmentation is A1. Milani products always seem to really impress me, like Milani, Wet n Wild, Maybelline. Maybelline's like hit or miss for me sometimes, but I really do enjoy Maybelline products. Okay, now that I have that blended in the crease, I'm gonna go in and add some definition with a Sigma E25. And what I really love about this brush is that it's super easy to just create a lot of definition in the crease right here. I really like to just go in hard with the product. So I'm going to take it on the outer V, and then I'm just going to take it in my crease, and I'm going to go from inner to outer corner. Really just going to go ahead and define out this socket right here. The only thing I will say that I'm not a huge fan of for this palette is that it doesn't have a mirror. Anytime palettes don't have a mirror, and I'm like, why? Like honestly, it would be so clutch to just be like, you know what I mean? I feel like palettes just need mirrors these days. Like, how could they not? I do want to add like a little bit of shimmer to the look, so I'm going to mute out just like a portion of like the inner part of my lid. So I'm going to take a little bit of the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I'm just going to carve off a little bit of the lid. Nothing too crazy though. I just want just some bare space so that way I could put that color. So now that I have like a small portion muted out on my lid, I'm gonna go in with this Milani highlighter palette. This is in the shade Rose Glow. This is actually their Stellar Lights highlighting palette. I'm gonna go in with Golden Quartz right here. And I think I'm just gonna use my finger, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it right here. That is really pretty. Really, really pretty. I'm gonna spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, and then I'm just gonna dab it directly over top for a little bit more, you know, of a foiled look. I don't want it to be too crazy though. I just want it to pop right here in the inner corner. So this is gonna be a super basic eye look, but I will say that Golden Quartz in this highlighting palette is stunning. Like, it looks beautiful on the eyes, and when you add like a little bit of Fix Plus and just pop it directly over top, it like really, really pops and it draws light to the eyes. I really, really love the formula of Milani highlighters. So I'm now gonna go in with some liquid eyeliner. Now Milani did come out with this guy. This is the brand new Stay Put Matte 17 Wear Liquid Eyeliner. It says it has intense color, it's long wearing, and it's a liquid to matte formula. I love a good matte liquid liner. NYC liquid liner was like my favorite go-to of all time, but they did discontinue it in stores. The one I really, really like right now is the NYX one, but I'm really, really curious to see if that compares to any of those two liners. The applicator, it is a felt tip liner. So for all of you guys out there who love felt tip liners, this may be the liner for you. I myself, I'm normally accustomed to using brush tip, but honestly, I don't discriminate. I do not discriminate. So we're gonna take this guy and we're just gonna do a intense cat eye wing. Do you guys see this liner? Like, I'm a little shook. I'm not gonna lie. It's extremely black. It's extremely matte. It's not patchy. I didn't have to go over it like a gazillion times. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. I really tried my best to make my liner as even as possible, but this is as good as it's probably gonna get, so do not roast me in the comments. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of mascara. This is the Maybelline Big Shot Colossal Mascara. I don't even have a Milani mascara. I just realized that, so I'm gonna do some coats here. So just use what you have. I know it's not Milani, so it's not like full face Milani, but in my defense, I'm gonna put on false lashes anyway, so it doesn't even matter. These are the lashes I'm gonna pop on today. These are by Blinking Beauty. These are the Samantha lash. I really love them because they kind of like flare out at the end. Do you see it? Do you see it? So I'm gonna pop these on really quick and then I'll be right back. Now that lashes are on, I'm gonna move on to face primer. Now I am gonna throw it back a little bit and I'm gonna use a primer from Milani. This is the Prime Light Strobing and Pore Minimizing Face Primer. This is not new, it's old. That's why I said I'm gonna throw it back. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of this all over. I also have a new primer from Milani that I will be using in the video, but I want to start off with this one because it is kind of like a strobing primer and I really love this. I woke up to this massive pimple right here. Massive, and it hurts. Please go away. Please. I'm now going to go in with a new primer from Milani. I'm going to use this guy right here. This is the Instant Touch-Up Blur Stick. It's going to instantly smooth, mattify, and control shine. Well, I guess that kind of defeated the purpose of me putting the strobing cream everywhere. But I'm still going to apply this guy right here in my T-zone because it's going to smooth. So I think it's going to be great. Like if you have, you know, enlarged pores or something right here, it's really just going to smooth out any uneven skin texture. And it's not like balling up or anything like that, which I really hate in smoothing primers. Sometimes I feel like they can kind of ball up on the skin. So that's not my fave. I'm glad this one does not do that. I'm also going to take this onto my chin. Okay, Milani. Okay. For foundation today, I will be using this Milani foundation right here. I'm not really sure if I've ever used this on camera, but this is the Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. It is medium to full coverage. It says it's a lightweight, oil-free, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. Okay, that's all that I need in Florida, literally, in a foundation. My foundation is in the shade 04, so I'm going to take a little bit of this on my Equal Tools sponge, and I'm just going to apply it. Wow, the coverage on this is really good. So this side has foundation, this side does not have foundation. I think the coverage is so good. I can't even believe it. Now the color is slightly off from my neck, but I'm gonna use concealer and stuff to kind of blend it down and make it work. So this is a little bit of a close-up of what the foundation is looking like. I think the finish is absolutely beautiful. It's about one layer and I kind of see some of my blemishes peeking through. I think it's okay, it's medium to full coverage. If I was to go in with an additional layer, I think this would be full coverage, but for the most part, right now I think it's about medium coverage. Instead of going in with an additional layer of foundation, I do want to go in with this guy. This is the brand new Conceal and Perfect All-in-One Concealer Kit by Milani. So I got mine in the shade 02 Light Medium. I'm pretty excited. It says use correcting shade 4 to diffuse discoloration and brighten skin. Use complexion enhancing shades 1, 2, and 3 to highlight and conceal or mix together to create your perfect shade. So I think this is going to be a really awesome palette for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use number 4, so shade number 4, which is more like a salmon colored concealer, and I'm going to apply her right here. So you're going to apply in areas where you do have a little bit of discoloration. So if you have any dark circles or anything like that, you always want to go in with a salmon or peach colored concealer to kind of color correct that discoloration, because it is going to tone down the blues and purples like underneath your eyes. So that's what I'm going to do. I know I don't have crazy dark under eye circles, but I do have some darkness under there. Don't get it twisted. I'm just taking a fluffy brush and I'm really just going to diffuse out this color correcting shade right here, so that way it's not super duper harsh underneath the eyes. Now this isn't going to be the concealer that stays under there. I will layer a lighter concealer directly over top, but for the most part, if you do have like dark circles or anything, you do want to color correct before you go in with your actual concealer shade. I'm going to mix shades 1 and 3 together on my flat brush, and I'm just going to apply it directly over top of my blemishes. I think shade 1 is going to be too light. So I think I'm going to use a little bit more of shade 3 than anything. And I'm just going to pop it over all of the areas that needs just a little bit more concealing. I will say that this concealer palette is very, very creamy, which I like. I don't really like concealer palettes that are really, really dry because I feel like I have to work harder to blend them out, as opposed to something like this that's extremely creamy. I'm able to just buff it out with the warmth of my fingertips. So I'm digging this. I am digging this. Taking a little Miracle sponge, I'm dipping it into the lighter concealer, and I'm using this to brighten underneath my eyes. So I am just going to use this cream colored concealer to just brighten underneath my eyes and conceal. It's not super duper bright, so if you do like a brighter under eye, I definitely recommend doing maybe like fair to light in this concealer wheel. I do think the concealer is really, really pretty underneath the eyes. Now that highlighting's done, I'm gonna go in with the translucent powder that I'm so excited to use underneath my eyes. This is in light to medium. I'm gonna look crazy right here for a second because you wanna make sure there's absolutely no creasing underneath the eyes before you set it down with the translucent powder. So I am trying to look up as much as I possibly can, and then I'm just going to press the powder underneath the eyes. So I guess in a sense I am baking with it. I'm taking it down the sides of my nose. So far it's looking decent underneath the eyes, but I do want to let it sit there for a little bit. So while it sits there, I'm going to go in with the next product. This is the brand new Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder by Milani. I did put mine up in the shade 04 Natural. So I'm going to tear this out. So this right here is what the new Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder looks like. It also comes with a little, like if you want to, you know, powder on the go, a little spongy thing that you can kind of just like set in there and you're good. So I think that's cool. I'm gonna apply it with a brush though. I'm not gonna use a little thing because I feel like that's more for like on the go. So I'm gonna take this on that brush by IT Cosmetics and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a whirl on my skin. Oh, I think the color is really, really, really nice. And I'm gonna swirl this underneath my eyes, getting rid of some of that powder. So if I'm comparing the left side to the right side, I will say that this side is completely mattified, which I think is really, really great. This side is shiny, it's dewy because I haven't put any of that powder on it. I really, really love the way it looks on the skin. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that. And then when I wiped away the powder, it looks really, really, really nice underneath the eyes as well. So I'm gonna do that to the side. So as you can see, it's shiny and stuff. And I'm just going to, you know, blend the powder all over to really completely mattify this side of my face. Moving on to the rest of the face, I did pick up a new brush from Milani. Apparently they came out with new brushes. This is the Highlighting Blending Brush 554. I'm pretty excited because it's very, very similar to the ABH highlighting brush that I do already own. I wanted to be really smart about what I decided to buy from the Milani website because sometimes I get carried away and then I just buy all the brushes and then realistically, I don't like all the brushes, you know? So I bought this brush just because you can never have too many highlighting brushes, and I was on the hunt for a really good like highlighting brush, and this one's so perfect. Do you guys see the shape? Oh my goodness. And it definitely reminds me of my ABH one, but this one, you know, she needs love. She's definitely like, if that makes sense. So this is the one from ABH. She's super duper fluffy because I had her stored the wrong way. She needs love. She needs like one of those brush shapers. So I am going to use her for my highlighter, and I'm going to go right back into that highlighter palette that I showed you guys before. So this is the Stellar Lights highlighter palette. I think I'm just going to go in with Golden Quartz. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to apply this to the highest points of my, I'm in love. I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh. Do you guys see that highlight? Okay, Milani, I see you. I'm gonna smile a little bit and I'm gonna put some on the apples of my cheeks right here. I'm gonna pop a little bit of baked blush on my cheeks. This is in the shade Berry Amore, and I'm just going to give myself a little flush of color. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the shade called Pearl from the Stellar Lights palette, and I'm just gonna pop her right here in the very inner corner to just draw forth some light. So lastly, I do have two different lip products from Milani. This is the brand new Amore Shine Liquid Lip Color. I think it's crazy that it's Amore Shine, but it's a liquid lip color. So I don't know if it's a gloss. I don't know if it's a liquid lipstick. I have no idea. So I think it's gonna be more so a gloss than anything. So I'm just gonna pop her on. Wow. Wow. This is like saturated in color. It's like almost like an enriched lipstick that's been smashed up and put into the form of a lip gloss. So it's not like glossy glossy. It's more of like a creamy lipstick gloss, but not like high shine gloss. I really love the applicator on this. I don't know if you guys can see, but it kind of dips in, so it hugs the lips, making the application really, really easy. I'm hooked. I'm obsessed. You guys know how I feel about glossy lips. While this isn't like glossy glossy, I still love the high shine it gives off. I really love the pigmentation. I love that it's saturating color. I didn't have to go in with a ton of coats. I really, really also love the applicator. I love how it like hugged the lips, and it was really, really easy for me to apply it, like precise application all the way around. So A1 Milani, I'm probably gonna be picking more of these up. I'm not even kidding. So lastly, I have a lip topper from Milani, and can we just talk about the top? Like, it's like gold. Like, this is so insanely beautiful. So a lip topper is just going to go directly over top of your lip products. This one is in the shade Luster Light, and it is gorgeous. Oh my god, do you guys see that? So I think it's really cool that Milani came out with a lip topper, because I want to say GOOO is like the first brand I've ever seen come out with lip toppers. So I think this is very creative, like for somebody to do in the drugstore. So I'm all here for it. I'm just gonna pop her. I don't even know where I want to pop her because she's so pretty. I'm just gonna pop her like in the center. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. I'm actually just gonna apply her all over. As you can see, the lip topper does dry down like a liquid lipstick, so I definitely wouldn't recommend putting it over top of like a high shine gloss like I did right here. I just did it to kind of demonstrate, but if I was gonna wear this out, I would definitely recommend putting it over like a liquid lipstick or a matte lipstick in general. I just feel like you'd get more of a prettier kind of like color payoff, and it would last a lot longer than it would putting it over top of something like this. So I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You definitely don't have to put on as much as I did. You can definitely tone it down to your preference. I feel like this is what the drugstore has been missing. Yeah, that's all the Milani stuff I have to talk about. I'm gonna do kind of like a flash test on the under eye powder right now, so that way you guys can see and know if it has any flashback. So let's do that right now. Okay, Milani, I really don't see any stark white under eyes, which is crazy. That's nuts. I was a little bit worried about the translucent powder having that really casty look underneath the eyes, but it doesn't. It's beautiful underneath the eyes. It's so finely milled, but it's not like to the point where it feels like nothing. It's just the perfect consistency. I'm here for it, guys. I'm gonna wear this out as I run some errands, and I will be back. I will let you guys know my thoughts, all that jazz. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. And we're back. This is the look. I've been wearing it on my face for maybe a few hours now. A few hours, okay? And I will say I really do like the performance of the products. The foundation isn't breaking up on my skin or anything like that. I will say that the powder isn't necessarily shine proof. I do feel like I'm a little bit shiny around my nose area, which is typically where I do get a little bit more shiny than usual. I can say I did not like the brow pomade brow pencil. Like you guys saw in the beginning of the video, it was a little bit messy. So I'm not really a huge fan of the pomade. Although my brows do look really, really great, I'm just not a huge fan of the application and the cleanup and all that stuff. I think if you go in with a product like the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, you'll have a lot better precision as opposed to the Milani Stay Put Brow Pomade. But that's just my personal opinion. Keep in mind that if I don't like a product, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad product. It's just not my preference. So with that, guys, I don't think I have anything else to say except I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.